All right, guys, we're back with another one here. We have the MA1 lead card, back 9. I finished my round, was able to come catch up with them. Coming into it, Mikey Behringer was in first at 17 down. Josiah Corey and both Kai Kim were tied at second at 15 down total. And then Carter Aarons was one behind them at 14 down. I caught up to them after 11 holes, and Carter and Kai were both tied at 18 under par for first, and then Mikey was in second at 17 under par, and Josiah was having a little bit of a rough round, and he was in 13 under par. So hole 12 here, it's a little bit of a difficult hole. It's right after a giant par 5, so you got to go super big crush all day long, and then you got to step up and come into the woods and make sure you can hit a line after, throwing in a ball golf course. So everybody had some pretty decent drives there. Mikey actually just got pretty unlucky to nick that tree right there, and then actually shot him out of bounds. Josiah's, I'm not exactly sure if he's running this. Not really danger behind. It's a small slope behind, but that cart path does come into play pretty quick. Carter flicked a harp. I don't really know what most of these guys throw. I play with Kai every now and then, so I kind of know what he throws. Carter just pitches up there. This is Mikey's putt for a 3, his OB3 here. Can't really see the basket, so you can basically just do a big hyzer approach like that. This is Kai's putt for a 2. He went long, way long in the basket. Here he's outside of the circle for a 2 here. Gave it a good bid. Stalled it just a little bit. Stayed in bounds. Hit the comebacker for the par. If you haven't noticed, the lead card in MA1, this is at the Kitsap Classic. This is an 8 here, and Josiah right there, he's 18 years old, and he is by far the oldest person on this card. Not exactly sure how old Mikey Behringer is, but he, if I had to guess, he'd probably say 17, 16, something like that. I don't think he's over 18. Josiah is 18. And look at that 18-year-old crush. That is an absolute smash right there. And there was a headwind on this hole, too, and he got it to go that far, too, which is super impressive. Tyler's his brother. I don't know why I do that. Carter had a little bit of a early release there, and he got pretty lucky that it turned over and stayed in bounds. All cart paths are going to play on and over his OB, except for on hole 16 coming up. Kai put a big old crush on his Halo Destroyer there. Mikey, sponsored by Team Infinite. Don't exactly know what he throws. I know I saw a Pharaoh in his hand. Those are some pretty good Frisbees. Carter's up shot here. Put a big old, this is the little yellow whisker there in the ground. That's 300 feet away, and he was probably a good 80 feet behind that, so that was about a 400-foot throw trying to get to the basket. Mikey turned his up shot over too much, and look at this roll. How do you beat these kids, Geez, they can throw 500 feet and they get luck like this? Come on. Here's Kai's up shot. Really strong forehand. All of these kids, they have incredible backhand and forehand, and they can also bang out some putts. Really impressive to watch. A lot of people hate on them because they're so young, and I don't know if their ego gets in the way or something, but, these young kids are coming out here and just absolutely crushing the scene. I personally love it, I really like seeing that the younger generation's getting so involved. I think it's really good for the sport. There's Josiah for his 3. Carter's upshot looked like it went in bounds, but it must have kicked up and rolled or something. So this is his look for a 3 as well. This hole's not this easy, you guys, I promise. This is a far hole. If you got 400 plus, 450 plus feet of power, this hole's pretty easy, but yeah, for normal people, this hole's not that easy. This one's not too hard. This is a 3 or die pretty much. Shouldn't be getting anything worse than a 3. I believe that was just Josiah right there. This should be Carter coming in. It looks like one of those Carter sponsored by Dynamic Discs as well, and I think that was one of Latitude's overmold Frisbees there, Goby or something like that. I don't remember the names of the other ones. That was Kai throwing a forehand destroyer. This is Mikey throwing up the middle, up the top. There's a hyzer route, and it's wide open on the left. Mikey just smartly laying up. Kai left his putt just a little bit low there, just outside the circle, uphill putt, and he gets an evil roll away. That is an undeserving roll away. And just misses his comebacker there. So we're going to have a two-stroke swing here. Kai and Carter were both tied coming into this hole, and Carter is, oh, spoiler alert. Okay, there you go, yeah. Pretty much a tap-in. Yeah, so we got a two-stroke swing there. So Carter now has 2 strokes on Kai. Kai's got 3 on Josiah and 2 on Mikey. Josiah's, this is a really cool hole. I love this hole. You just throw over the fountain there and everything, throw over the pond. Josiah left his a little low, a little turned over, but it's inbounds and on the green. Carter's got, like I said, really strong backhand game, really strong forehand game, and I think he kind of got away with one there. I think that's the OB is right there, and he got pretty lucky to stay in bounds, I think. He did throw a big old spike hyzer with a forehand, but it's pretty dry over there. He got pretty lucky to hit the dirt patch and not the hard packed gravel right there that's before the green. So Kai gets the cheat, throwing with the wrong arm. Big old spike hyzer with a Firebird right behind the basket. So Josiah's furthest out at about 20 feet here. Cams it, makes it look easy. Carter was close enough to out of bounds to where he could take a meter relief off the cart path there behind him. Cash it. Carter's got his brother Tyler. Carter, I think, is 13 or 14. I know his brother Tyler is 16, I think. Both sponsored by Dynamic, and Tyler actually has a back injury, and I was just talking to him during watching this round that probably going to take the 2020 season off to fully recover. Tyler played round 1 of the Kitsap Classic here and had to drop out due to his back injury. Being 16 years old, I think it's smart that he drops out and fully recovers. I think that would be definitely best for his future. So Josiah threw a flip up with a fairway driver on this hole. This hole's pretty far. I have a noodle arm compared to these guys, but I throw a destroyer on this hole and get there. He just parked it with a Maverick. I think I heard Kai said that was a Maverick that he gave Josiah. Pretty cool that all these guys get to play together. They're all young. They're also all friends, and they're really competitive with each other. It's a cool card to watch, that's for sure. Carter just parked this hole with a pure hyzer forehand. This is 300-something feet. Plays a little bit uphill. Mikey's look for it too, just a little bit too far left. And then we got 3 tap-in birdies on this hole. So Josiah actually just tied it up with Mikey for second place, for third place. So they're both tied at 17 under par right now. And then
that was cold.
Carter has a 2-stroke lead over Kai. Big old ripping forehand here. He got the wind was playing with him here too. He got a huge air bounce. I don't know if the air bounce affected him hitting that tree or not. Definitely think it came into play though. Kai smashes on an FD3 here. Gives it a little ace run there, and it gets a pretty big skip past the basket a little bit there. So he doesn't exactly have a tap in. Now, speaking of tap-ins, I don't even record it. Mikey is literally underneath the basket. That was a great shot. So here's Carter's bid for a 2. He's like 100 feet out, and he almost canned it. That was insane to watch. I thought for sure he was just laying up. Josiah giving it a good bid there. Kai, once again, couldn't capitalize. Carter left the door open a little bit there. Carter taking his time, going through his routine. That's really good, even for the short little tap-ins. So like I said, Mikey had an absolute drop-in, so he just went up and tapped in there. Got the box. It's a good hole to get a 2 on. Being a lefty, though, that should come every time. So now Josiah's at 17 under par, and Mikey is at 18 under par. So we got 2 strokes separating the top, and then so it's a 2-horse race at the top, 2-horse race for third. Carter puts a big old smash on this one. This is a downhill par 4, downhill to the right there. And he actually hyzered out, and that tree is pretty unforgiving. Really, you can get caught up inside that tree, or there's a pond down below it. You can get caught up in the tree and roll OB into the pond. So, you know, it was a little bit of a misrelease, maybe a bad wind read or something. There's always swirling winds out here on a golf course. So Josiah's way over here on hole 11's fairway, and he puts an absolute smash on this. And, I mean, it's pretty wide open out here. He's still pretty far away. This is Carter's look, his upshot here. His dad's sitting there behind him, Chuck Aarons. That guy is a great person. He really, really pushes his boys to do good. I like seeing that. I like seeing the father get involved. The mom's always with him, too. It's really cool to watch. There's Guy's upshot. I'm not exactly sure if he was trying to run it, because he kind of had second place locked down. Here's Carter laying up. Easy tap in for the win. Kai kind of had second place locked in, and if he could have thrown something in from that far, you know, then he could have put the pressure on Carter too. There's Kai to finish in second place. It's a great finish for the kid. There's Josiah from an absolute out-of-position birdie. That was a big birdie for him. He knew that too, because now him and Mikey are tied. So this is Mikey to take solo third place. And he just pulled it a little bit. I'm not exactly sure if he was checking scores or not. You know, maybe a little bit of a nervy putt. There was quite a few people watching. And that was to tie for third now. So Mikey, unfortunately, 3-putt, put himself in fourth place. And then here's Carter's tap in for the win. Great win into A tier. Huge field, tough field, and they absolutely smashed.